Hey, Alissa Coram here, and today let's talk about the single biggest mistake that you can make in investing. Spoiler alert, I've made it. I admit I've made this mistake, and judging by all of the interactions that I have with people every day on IBD Live, you guys have made this mistake too. Maybe this is kind of like a little therapy session. We can chat it out. But the biggest single mistake that you can make in investing is to take a big loss on a trade. And JoJo's gonna help us with this too. I can tell you from experience, this is no fun. There are some simple things that you can do to put into practice. These are practical tips that you can use in your trading routine to help you avoid making those big losses that can just be so catastrophic and so damaging to your portfolio, and a big hole that is super tough to climb out of. So some practical tips for helping you cut losses before they get out of hand. And tip number one is to have a stop loss rule. Sounds simple enough, right? Well, using about 7 to 8% below the price where you bought a stock is typically a good place to start. That being said, that 8% is kind of that worst case scenario. In practice, you should be cutting your losses a lot quicker, maybe at 4% or 5%. If a stock does have a lot more volatility, if it's a high beta stock, and you're taking a little bit more risk with the trade, maybe you could use a 10% stop loss, but then you would want to go with a smaller position size. We can get more into that in a later video. At the end of the day, using a stop loss rule can just help save you from a lot more pain. And yes, there will be times where the stock will just turn right back around. It ended up just shaking you out, and you will be upset and feel like you made a mistake. But I promise you, if you just go ahead and cut that loss at 8%, you are going to save yourself having to dig yourself out of a 30 to 40 to 50% decline. That is just not a position that you want to be in. Tip number two would be to buy a stock at a proper buy point in the first place. Now, that's not going to be guaranteeing you success in a trade, but it will vastly improve your odds of success. Let's take meme stocks, for example. When there was so much hype around the meme stocks, GameStop, everyone, and I mean everyone, started talking about GameStop, and it went up over $400 a share. Well, there were buyers at $400. And if they're still in the stock, that means they're sitting on some pretty big losses. So instead of buying a stock after it's gone up a gazillion percent and then holding and hoping that it's gonna go up a gazillion percent more, find proper areas to buy a stock. You can use chart patterns to help you identify proper buy points. You can use moving averages to help you identify proper buy points. But the last thing that you want to do is go after something that is so hyped up and just so extended that the odds are it's going to pull back in a big way and it may never come back. Tip number three would be to look at what the market's doing. Is the market in an uptrend? Is it in a big correction and selling off? Well, if you're trying to buy stocks during a correction, the odds are that the market is going to take that stock down with it. And so you will be put in a position to have to sell. But if you are focusing on buying stocks when market conditions are healthy, when the market is in an uptrend, then that's another thing that is going to put the odds of success in your favor with trading. Another tip would be to do some analysis on whether the stock that you're investing in is a good buy. Not all stocks are created equal. So if you just put in a little bit of time to check out the company, see what its financial health is like, is it profitable? Is it showing strong sales growth? Is it coming out with a new product? Is it in a group that is showing strength? Are there other macro factors out there contributing to this stock and this industry group and the broader sector performing well? Those are all things that can also help you with finding the right stocks. And if you find the right stocks and buy them at the right time, that is going to make all of the difference with needing to sell. But it all comes back to the selling. That is the biggest mistake that I see. And trust me, I've made it myself too. It's important to learn from your mistakes, and I know you can do it. I think right now is a good time to just remind yourself of the basics of cutting those losses, and that'll make all the difference in your portfolio. So tell me, what is your biggest tip for cutting losses? I'd love to hear it or read it in the comments below. And also let me know, is this something that you're struggling with? Do you feel like you don't know what you're doing wrong? I'd love to hear about that too. And make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel because I have a ton more content coming out that I'm super pumped about. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.